It wouldn't be the start of another regular season for the Philadelphia 76ers if there wasn't some majorly disappointing injury news. Breaking news here on Jared McCain. He suffered a torn UCL in his right thumb on his shooting hand today during a workout, just one day before 76ers Media Day was set to take place tomorrow on Friday, and training camp right around the corner. Tim Bontemps of ESPN breaking the news just a few moments ago that, of course, he did tear that UCL in his right thumb during the workout. Now, McCain and the team will meet with specialists, I assume, over the next couple of days. So we'll see if we get an answer tomorrow on a timeline for McCain, because there is no firm timeline right now how long McCain will be out. But they will meet with specialists to determine how they're going to proceed. Will there be surgery? Will there not? Depending on if he needs surgery or not, that'll, of course, determine how long he might be out for. And as I mentioned, Philadelphia is set to hold Media Day tomorrow on Friday. Bontemps did go on to add on ESPN, as he made an appearance after tweeting that out. He said, quote, "Don't think it's going to be a short-term absence." Never what you want to hear, especially from McCain. Obviously missed a bunch of time last year in his rookie year. This is a completely separate and different injury, but just got a feel for the kid, man. Just can't be out there on the floor, because when he was electric. Now we'll dive in to how much time he might miss, what this could mean for the Philadelphia 76ers. Guys that have to step up, and we'll get into all of that here in just a moment. But this is why you guys subscribe. Whenever breaking news happens, whether it's good, whether it's bad like it is here today, we got you guys covered with a video. We are currently sitting at 23,802 subscribers, trying to push towards that 24,000 number. Hit that sub button. Turn on your notifications. You will not regret it. So the Sixers recently just posted this statement on social media, basically just explaining that McCain did indeed suffer that UCL tear in his right thumb, and they also confirmed that they are going to consult with specialists on next steps. Further updates will be provided as appropriate. So we're kind of in a waiting game right now, right? What is the severity of the injury? Will he end up needing surgery? How long could he be out for? But until we get that official news, we can speculate a little bit based off of how much time guys who have had this injury in the past usually do miss. Brett Siegel covers the NBA for Clutch Points, said significant development for McCain, of course, who missed close to 75% of his rookie season with that meniscus injury in his knee. He was rehabbing that all offseason. All word was he was really looking good coming off that injury. He was recovering well, so he had a lot of time to recover. And then, of course, he gets hit with this. Now, important here, UCL injuries in the thumb are tough, especially, when it's in that shooting hand. You think about it, that thumb is so important to dribble the basketball, pass the basketball, shoot the basketball. It's a very, very painful injury as well to deal with. Immediately, the thought process is this is a 4 to 6 week injury at the minimum, the bare minimum. And we are about 4 weeks away from the start of the regular season. So probably McCain is going to miss some time to start this upcoming regular season. Now, when you go back and look at players that have had these similar type of UCL injuries in the thumb over the past couple of seasons, CJ McCollum a few seasons ago did suffer a similar injury, UCL, in that thumb. He actually played through it for the last couple weeks, or last couple months, I believe, of the regular season. Ended up getting surgery in the offseason and made a full recovery. Some guys that had the injury in season, of course, as that pertains more to McCain right now. Anthony Simons a couple of years ago had the same injury. He was out from October 27th through December 6th. So a little bit over a month there, about 5 to 6 weeks for him. Bam Adebayo, also a few years back. This is a little bit older. I think back in 2021, 2022. Suffered this injury on December 21st. He returned January 17th. So just under a month there for Bam Adebayo. So at least 4 weeks. Seems like the bare minimum here for McCain, but of course, we have to see what the severity of the actual injury will be for him as they get in there and take a look at that thumb. Again, very disappointing, man, for McCain. I just feel so bad for him, man, because obviously had a great start to his NBA career with Philadelphia. Philadelphia was dealing with a lot of injuries and obviously a very up and down year. Well, really more of a down year for the team as a whole, but like when McCain was out there, man, he was playing so well. He showed me so much more than I thought he could be. Obviously, we knew he was going to be a good shooter, but man, what he was able to do as a creator, as a playmaker, with the ball in his hands, getting to his spots, and of course, knocking down that three ball, he was an electric player to watch and a fun player to watch. And when he went down with the meniscus, that was very disappointing because it was at a time where he was really starting to pick up his game. I mean, he had that huge monster game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't think it was quite 40, but it was in the 30s, I think, close to 40, man. And he was just playing such good basketball and had this time to recover. Coming off the meniscus, we thought, all right, he'll come in here, might start, might not, regardless of if he did or not. He was still going to play a big role, a guy that you could talk about for 6 Man of the Year conversations with the way he can score the rock. And now he goes down with another injury. And this one, man, who knows how this might affect him moving forward, even when he does recover, because, again, it's that thumb on his shooting hand, man. You need that, obviously, especially for a guy who specializes in shooting the basketball. Now, moving forward for the Sixers, this is going to mean B.J. Edgecombe is going to have a lot more put on his plate right out of the gate. We thought maybe they'd slow him in there a little bit because of, ideally, Quentin Grimes ends up returning. We'll touch more on Quentin Grimes here in a second. You had Jared McCain, so you think, Edgecombe's still going to play, but maybe not all that much. Well, look, Grimes is currently not signed to this roster. Now McCain probably going to miss time to start the season. Could VJ Edgecombe start? He just might, but regardless, he's going to have a much bigger role off the bat. Maybe we do see some of Kyle Lowry or Eric Gordon, unfortunately, to start the year. But very disappointing, and I just hope McCain can get well as soon as possible. Get well soon, McCain, and I'm sure you guys are all feeling the same way. Just sucks for Sixers fans, sucks for McCain, sucks for this organization. Spam those 20s down in the comment section. Of course, that is McCain's jersey number to show him some love and hopefully get him back sooner rather than later. Now, coming up next on the show, we have some new updates from Tony Jones of The Athletic, who covers the Philadelphia 76ers, on Quentin Grimes. We got that update yesterday from Shams, but Tony Jones, a more local angle with a lot more details, including what exactly the Sixers have offered to Quentin Grimes in terms of a contract offer. Real quick before we get there, if you like looking good and you like saving money while looking good, well, I got a great deal for you on this 76ers polo, originally priced at $45, but a special sale going on just for the next couple of days. If you use the code LATTE at checkout, when you go to chatsports.com/Sixers polo, you can save nearly $30 on this item, down from $45 to just $16. Great for so many different occasions. Again, chatsports.com/Sixers polo. That link will be in the comment section and description of today's show. All right, let's get to Quentin Grimes now, because as I mentioned, Tony Jones of The Athletic with some further developments and more key insights into what is going on with Grimes, with the 76ers. Now, if you missed yesterday's show, I encourage you to check that out. A lot of good intel from Shams Charania on the Quentin Grimes front, but as a little bit of a refresher, this is what Shams reported on the two sides. I'm told both of these sides are very far apart on a deal. Grimes' agent told me today it was the first time the Sixers made a formal hard offer to Grimes as a restricted free agent. Grimes will not be attending Sixers Media Day Friday, will not be traveling with the team this weekend as they go to Abu Dhabi to play the Knicks in a couple of preseason games. These sides are staring at that $8.7 million qualifying offer, or a sign and trade, or potentially a 1-year larger deal. And I saw this, I was like, man, what is going on? We got to get a deal done. Like, there's just no way that we're at this point nearly in October, and this is the first time the Sixers have offered Grimes a contract. Now, the next question became, well, what did the Sixers actually offer Quentin Grimes? Shams didn't have any reporting on that. Well, Tony Jones, again, of The Athletic, covers the Sixers, gave us some more insight into what offer the Sixers actually gave to Grimes yesterday. According to Tony Jones, Grimes has two offers on the table. One's a qualifying offer, which is automatically given from the Sixers to Grimes for being a restricted free agent. But the actual offer they gave him yesterday, a 1-year balloon payment, which is designed for Grimes to waive the no-trade clause that will be attached to him accepting the qualifying offer. We talked about this as a possibility on yesterday's show. So what the Sixers are doing here is offering Grimes a 1-year deal similar to the qualifying offer, but at a higher amount than that $8.7 million, probably, if I had to guess, in the $10 to $12 million range, and it's probably a little low for what Grimes wants, which is why he has not accepted that deal. Ideally, that removes the no-trade clause that Quentin Grimes would have from the qualifying offer, allows Philadelphia the flexibility to move him at the deadline. But it still doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because there will be no bird rights attached to Quentin Grimes for the Sixers or to whatever team he's traded to, meaning they wouldn't be able to go over the salary cap to re-sign him next offseason. And even if you gave him a 2-year deal with a player option in the second year, same thing applies. There'd be no bird rights for whatever team trades for him. So why would a team want to trade for Grimes? It would have to be at least a 3-year deal with an option on that third year. So we'll see what they end up getting to, but maybe that 1-year balloon deal and then Grimes just leaves in the offseason is kind of the direction we are headed at right now. More from Tony Jones on Grimes. The Sixers league sources say do want to work out a long-term 4-year deal with Grimes, which is something Grimes would actually be amenable to. The issue is the money, what that would be, and right now the two sides are far apart on that. It makes sense the Sixers would want Grimes around long-term. He is a really good two-way guard / wing and had a great end of the year last year. I'm sure Grimes feels like Philadelphia is a place where he would like to be the next few years of his career. And, from this reporting, we see that the two sides would like to come to an agreement, but I imagine Grimes and his team are asking for something the $20 to $25 million mark. Sixers probably closer 12 to 15-ish, which is where I would be as well. I think Grimes and his agent need to come to a realization that that $25 million number is just not going to happen, and take that $15-ish million. It's more money than he's made in his career. And, in a few years, maybe sign a 3-year deal with a player option. You can have another shot at free agency. Another big component of these negotiations is the qualifying offer deadline. And according to Tony Jones, and we talked about this as well on the show yesterday, they have pushed back that deadline. During Wednesday's talks, Grimes' camp proposed moving the October 1st qualifying offer deadline back to October 8th. The Sixers, according to sources, are expected to reject that proposal. So, look, we talked about the qualifying offer deadline, right? And what that means is once you hit that October 1st date, that's the last day that the qualifying offer remains an option for Quentin Grimes. After that, the qualifying offer goes away. And so then Grimes has really no fallback offer at that point, and the Sixers can really offer him whatever he wants. And then at that point, they could offer him less than the qualifying offer. Grimes could be in some serious trouble. There's also some reporting here today that literally just came in from Quentin Grimes' agent. Apparently, the Sixers have offered Grimes a 4-year, $39 million contract. They offered that yesterday. This is coming from Gina Mazzell, Sixers beat reporter for the Philadelphia Inquirer, apparently from Grimes' agent. If that's the Sixers offer to Quentin Grimes, 4 years, $39 million, about $10 million per season, just under that, I don't see Grimes accepting that deal, man. I would up it a little bit to 12 to 15, but apparently Grimes still believes he should command $20 to $25 million annually, and a 1-year deal seems most likely right now so that Grimes can get a bag next off season. So, wow. That breaking news literally just broke as I'm recording this show. So really, both sides still seem far apart if that is the Sixers' offer. Now, interestingly enough, Tony Jones did add this yesterday in his reporting as well. The Sixers do value Grimes and see him as a potentially important part of their team, but they understand they hold team control over him, which they do. The Sixers have all the leverage, and they feel if he has a good season, they are equipped to pay him next summer. They also know they have a deep and talented backcourt, a potentially dynamic one featuring Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain, and incoming rookie VJ Edgecombe, which is complicated matters regarding what the Sixers are willing to pay. But does that change now with the injury to Jared McCain? Hopefully the McCain injury, again, is only 4 to 6 weeks, so it's not something you're looking at like he might be out for an extended period of time. But does that push the Sixers maybe a little bit more to have more urgency to get a deal done here with Quentin Grimes? Look, we shall see, but everything I'm hearing right now, everything we're hearing right now regarding this reporting on Quentin Grimes, it really does not seem like they're going to come to a deal by that October 1st deadline for the qualifying offer. Probably going to end up being a 1-year deal for Quentin Grimes if I had to guess at this point, which is disappointing because I would have liked to have Quentin Grimes on this team and on this roster long term, but unfortunately, just unable to come to some sort of agreement and some sort of compensation, right? Again, Quentin Grimes' agent, $25 million a year. That's just too much for a player like Grimes. And I think $9 million-ish to 10, probably a little too low. I think both sides can come somewhere in the middle, somewhere in that $15 million range. So that's the latest right there on Quentin Grimes. And of course, with both McCain and Grimes, we will continue to update you as we get more information, both very fluid situations. Predict it for me. Will Grimes be on the Sixers after this season? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Right now, I would say no. Sounds like going to be a one-year deal, and he'll leave after this season. That'll do it for today's show. As I just mentioned, any further updates we get on McCain, on Grimes, on anything related to your Philadelphia 76ers, we will get you guys up to date and informed on everything going on. So that's why you hit that sub button, you turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing going on with your Philadelphia 76ers.